Hello, everyone. This is the ever lovable Coddle and my good friend, old Pendragon from Knights of Nerdalot.
Hello.
We are actually here to talk to you about a brand new podcast that's coming out today called, what did we decide on? Cartoonami. Or I may add Coast to Coast, depending.
I like just Cartoonami.
Okay, so rolls off the tongue. Yeah, as Toonami and Cartoon Network was a wave of animation and like a tsunami of anime, Cartoonami shall be a wave of podcasts that talk about all sorts of cartoon and animation. This is directly going to be involved of just all sorts of cartoons and animation wise. And we're going to, like, in the gist of this whole podcast is each episode is going to be each episode is going to talk about one cartoon, and
one aspect
of a cartoon. So like the first episode, like for example, Futurama. We know too much Futurama, so that may be like a 4 or 5 part series.
Well, but we can do a first part, and then if we want to revisit it.
Yeah, and then like but each cartoon that we know of is going to like get its own podcast. And then, like,
what do you mean its own podcast?
Well, for instance, like
its own episode.
Yeah, its own episode.
Okay.
Yeah, so its own episode, and then we'll also do like some other cool things of just similar to what you and Percival, Jeff, my nemesis, at Knights of Nerdalot, when you guys did crap. Help me out here. The Robin Hood. You like you.
Oh, we sat down and for absolutely no reason at all compared the careers of Kurt Russell and oh my god,
it was Kirk Cameron, wasn't it?
No,
Kurt Russell. Yeah.
And oh my god, the man that's in Dances with Wolves. What's his name? Jesus Christ.
But anyway.
This Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was one of our more fun episodes.
So we decided to like put that aspect with voice acting because there's so many good voice actors out there. And also we're going to talk about like some of our old cartoon memories of Saturday morning cartoons that sadly died off years ago. We'll talk about like, the productions of each show and how it works.
Some hidden gems like Zyber9 and Sherlock Holmes in
the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Watson! And like also talk about like the production studios like that go behind the shows, like Hanna-Barbera Studios, Cartoon Network Studios, Rankin Bass, and all them, like
Filmation, all the good stuff.
Yeah, and Deke, and good old Deke,
not Dick,
good old Deke. And so, like, we wanted to get like an intro out just to kind of give a good broad understanding of what they're doing. Like in this with this one, where I would actually like to try to get like a call thing set up to where we can have people call in and talk about whatever cartoon we are doing with this episode. Like
much like Space Goes Coast to Coast.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like an aspect of real life Space Goes Coast to Coast. So also at the same time, we'll have to choose our cartoon personas. You think we should go with a cartoon persona?
Like that we animate?
Well,
or like somebody like.
I'll find somebody.
Draw a cartoon version of ourselves?
Yeah. I'll find someone to do it.
I mean, I could probably do it.
Yeah, just cartoon version of ourselves. Because, like, for this one, like, I'm going to, like, sadly, this one is not going to be just me talking about animation, like when it comes to my other podcast, Kaiju Review for You. Because, let's be honest, as much as a plethora of cartoon knowledge I am, because that is my actual fucking major, is cartoon animation, and, like, I don't want to just sit there talking to myself about all this.
Yes, this won't be the ramblings of a
madman.
A madman. It'll be the ramblings of 2 madmen.
And also, like, I have a lot of friends who actually would love to be a part of this, so I will have multiple co-hosts, depending on the episodes and stuff. So, like, for instance, like, if I talk about Adventure Time,
I don't care for it.
You don't care for it. But I have other friends who would love to come down and talk about Adventure Time.
Same thing with Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's the thing. I have friends who would like to come talk about Rick and Morty and stuff. But then there's stuff that I know that you would get mad at me if I talk about and don't have you on it. For instance, if I talk about Big O, if I talk about Sherlock Holmes, yes, you will never forgive me.
No, I will curse the day I met you.
We've known each other for.
With my last breath, I curse Connell. There's going to be a lot of Futurama deep cuts that you're not going to get unless you've seen as much Futurama as we have.
Yeah. Especially if we got a new season coming up. But, yeah, so, like, there's also IMDb is our best friends when it comes to this, because this will be a huge development of when it comes to cartoon stuff. But also, like, I will be going over cartoons that I personally do not know about.
That's a rare...
And it is a very rare thing. And and there's a lot of modern cartoons that I don't know about. But there's, like, when it comes to old-fashioned cartoons, shoot, even back to the old black and white when military history cartoons, I actually have a good chunk of. Like, I have Private Snafu. I even have, Bosco. Bosco was a black character. Like, he was like one of the first black cartoon characters.
When was this made?
This was made back at, like, very early on, like pre-Bugs Bunny.
So how racist is this?
Pretty racist.
Yeah.
But it's going to be one that, this is going to be a fun show where we also go over, like, history and like, for instance, okay, here's one for you. Do you know about Gordy the Dinosaur?
Gordy the Dinosaur. Can't say that I do.
Gordy the Dinosaur was one of the very first animations ever made. And it was just about this dinosaur named Gertie.
Gertie or Gordy?
Gordy. I think it was Gordy. It's been forever, but I remember him. Yeah, and he would actually, like, and it just, like, his little adventures, it's like maybe like a 5-minute short. It was, it's like, you could easily find it and stuff. It is, like...
I'm more interested in this racist monster character.
Oh, watch it. I got it on film. All thanks to David Allen. But, I'm hoping, like I was saying, this one is definitely going to be better than all the other ones I have.
You have so many.
Yeah. We need to record a little bit more of, it was the United Nerdy...
United Nerds of Pop Culture, level 400.
Yeah. We need to record more of those so we can get Sam off his ass.
Well, Sam never wants to participate.
Yeah. And then, he hasn't even listened to any of our other great podcasts.
He hasn't listened to any of Nerd a Lot, nothing.
No, he hasn't.
16 episodes. Altogether, I have 28 hours of Nerd a Lot. He's listened to nothing.
I am at least 2 episodes behind. Well, I think, no, I'm 1 episode behind.
And you call yourself a fan.
I know. I remember all your fucking podcasts. Apparently, you guys can't remember what you all talk about.
No, we can't. Yeah. We'll start talking about something.
There's a point, like, I'm listening to you said, yeah, you guys talked about this in episode 4. Talked about this in episode 8.
Well, you need to email us that, you motherfuckers. I'm sick of hearing about this same thing.
Also, to be fair, usually when we start talking, we talk about a lot about DBZ, and that's what's bad.
Yeah.
Almost every time I get on there, a good chunk, maybe about like 20 to 30 minutes, is us talking about Dragon Ball Z. And that's kind of my own fault.
Me and Jeff talk about wrestling a little too much.
Yeah, but to a continuation for Cartoonami.
Cartoonami.
Yeah, this is going to be like the first intro episode, and we once we get everything set up, we want to start inviting people. This will be kind of like, once we're done with this, I'm going to come up with a fun commercial, and we'll try to get Jeff to try to work.
We'll get Jeff on.
Yeah, we'll get Jeff on, because Jeff also loves to watch cartoons and stuff. Then we'll have 3 dads talking about cartoons nowadays, where he's watched, I've showed you a few episodes of Bluey.
Yes, and I do enjoy Bluey. I know that if it had come out when my kids were little, like little,
yeah,
I would have watched it all the time.
Yeah.
They're a little too old for Bluey.
Still need to watch it. I watch it religiously. So good. But also I have a 3-year-old, so even when I don't have her, I still watch it. So good. But we're going to call this a 10-minute intro for Cartoon Ami, and we hope you enjoy, and we'll hear from you soon, or call in once we get everything set up.